All right, everybody, good evening. Welcome to this webinar. I'm super excited and fired up to reintroduce to the world Pain to Purpose. If you've been a part of the group for over 2 years or over a year, or you just got started, just put in the chat how long you've been a part of P2P. This group really means a whole lot to me, and I'm going to explain why we're relaunching, why we're getting restarted with this group, and really give y'all my vision and what we got going on for this group. So I hope you guys are ready to learn something tonight about me and about why I started Pain to Purpose. So, hey y'all, I'm Coach Max. I am pretty much all around entrepreneur. I am 32 years old. I'm a mom of two beautiful little girls. I just gave birth 5 weeks ago. Believe it or not, I've been working literally nonstop. Even when I was in the labor and delivery, I've been planning this out for a couple weeks now. I have coached and mentored over 140,000 people all over the globe and counting. But in 2022, I decided to hone in on one special group, and that was my women. And the reason why I decided to do this is because I was going through a very painful divorce at the time. I had nowhere to vent. I didn't have anybody to talk to about my current situation. I was, in this place wondering what I was going to do about co parenting. What was I going to do about dating again, introducing another man to my daughter, and what about my image and what about my businesses? I had so many questions, and when you don't have a place to open up and speak, you can oftentimes bottle things up, and it's not healthy, right? So I realized that I was not the only one going through it. I know sometimes when we're in a situation, we feel like I'm the only one going through it. Have y'all felt like that before? And especially those of you that hold a high level of leadership, or you're a public figure, right? Either or, when you're in these high levels of leadership, if you're a woman of purpose, right? And you literally cannot speak about what you're going through, and you are literally behind the scenes losing your mind. It is unhealthy. So I started the group and I began to vent about my ex. And I do not care because he put me through serious stuff that led me to therapy, right? So at the time, life had just begun to test my faith. Have you ever felt like your faith was being tested? Have you ever felt like you was in a situation and God was really, you know what I'm saying? You're like, God, are you there? Like, why am I going through this situation? God, like, I'm so faithful. And you just begin to question your faith. And that was where I was at. I had to get through that. And in the process, I was earning multiple six figures. So I had to not only learn how to manage my income, I learned how to make money online. I learned how to launch companies. I learned, business operations. I held high titles, but behind the scenes, y'all, I was crashing out like really bad, right? So I'm here now in 2025 as your empowerment coach. And in Pain to Purpose, I'm known for helping women identify those toxic cycles that we're in. That's the first step, right? And we're going to talk about that in this slide. Reclaim your identity, then rebuild your life from the inside out. I created Pain to Purpose because I lived that, right? I want no woman around me to feel stuck without support ever again. This is a safe space for y'all. So let's talk a little bit about my story. I'm gonna give y'all some details. Can I keep it real with y'all on this line? I know it's all girls in here. But I'm gonna talk a little bit about my story and things that I've overcome. So in 2017, I gave birth to my firstborn daughter, Lyric. Most of y'all know her. She about to be 8. I was super broke at the time, and I decided to start learning the skill set of trading. So Lyric's birthday is June 2nd, y'all, which is right after the first. And I literally was in the hospital with nowhere to go, right? And I left the hospital literally with no car. I had the car seat outside the hospital. My ex-husband at the time was broke. And it just was not a good situation, y'all. I literally just remember just crying my eyes out, asking God if he could just give me the vehicle that I need to help people, and if he helped me I would help others, and I believe that's why God has blessed me to do this and get on this journey to coach women in this capacity, because I've really been through some stuff, right? Then in 2018 I decided that working for someone else was just not for me. And I stepped out on faith and literally walked away from a job for the last time. And since 2018, you guys, I have not clocked into anybody's job. I do not know what that feels like anymore. All glory be to God in the chat, y'all. Like I literally just stepped out on faith. I did not know what that next month was gonna look like. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, at the time when I let my ex-husband know that I was going to leave the job, he was not exactly supportive of that. We gonna talk about that in the group, y'all. When you're sleeping with the enemy, okay, because that was me. Okay, that was me. And had I had not stepped out on faith, let's talk about in 2019, I opened up the Elevation Agency, which is my company, and that very next month, I earned $15,000 from coaching. Never ever in my life before September of 2019 did I know what it felt like to make five figures in 1 month. Never. I didn't even think it was possible. I thought it was a joke, right? So I went on to host my first in-person wealth conference because I wanted to teach people like this is a real thing and it could be you too. And that was very successful. Met a lot of millionaires and things that at that event. In 2020 during the pandemic, it's so interesting because 2020 was the year that a lot of people went through divorce, including me. It was like God put a magnifying glass on people's relationships during the quarantine, and that's essentially what happened to me. I found out some things about my ex, and it was just not a good situation. I was very mentally checked out from the betrayal that happened to me. I'm just gonna call it betrayal. I'm not gonna give too much details, but it was just some serious betrayal going on in my marriage, and I didn't know, right? I was so busy working. Anybody been in that situation? You're so busy, you're so caught up, life is happening, you got the kids, you just, not really paying attention to certain things. And sometimes things are happening right up under your nose in your home and you have no idea, because men know how to hide things, y'all. Okay, they're very sneaky beings. And as women, sometimes we may ignore the signs and the red flags that are happening right in front of our faces, but it's happening, right? And I'm going to teach you guys not to ignore that intuition in the group. So in 2020, this was the year that my life really, really changed because I began to trust God. Somebody put that in the chat. I really began to trust God. And in the middle of 2020, y'all, I not only walked away from my marriage, mind you, terrified, still very much love this person, right? But I had to choose myself. Somebody put that in the chat. I chose me. A lot of women do not know how to choose themselves. We are putting a relationship ahead of our children. We're putting relationships ahead of our businesses, and it has to stop. You have to choose yourself. So I walked away from the marriage. And in that same year, within 6 months, I earned over $200,000 cash. And I used every last dime to pay off my student loan debt and my car debt and credit cards, y'all. So I left the pandemic before it was over debt free in 2020. Put debt free in the chat, because I chose me, because I decided to step out on faith. In 2021, I became the director of education for two companies that were international. And I helped both of those companies make over 8 figures in revenue. Okay. I have screenshots of one company hitting 17.4 million. The other company hit 15.6 million because of strategies and techniques and operations that I set in place in the background. Some of y'all were a part of those companies. Just put me in the chat. Y'all know what companies I'm talking about, right? Somebody said they was on a call when I paid off my car. I had a Zoom call, and I called the company and I paid my student loan live, and I paid that car note live, so people knew it was real, right? Then in 2022, I walked away from the multi-level marketing industry and I launched the Trade Authority platform. And I also hosted my very first women's conference. Who came to that conference? I think a couple of y'all had came out. One of the best events I've ever done. I'm actually going to try to do another one this year. And here in 2025, since 2022, I traveled the country. I've been teaching, trading, and recently I gave birth to my second daughter 6 weeks ago. And I hope y'all been following my stories and following me because I have not stopped working, y'all. I was literally in the hospital in labor and delivery answering calls. I was literally in the hospital trading. I was literally typing out emails. Like, I am showing y'all, and I have been showing the group, that being a mom and being a single mom or being a single woman, the work don't stop. It actually motivates me, right? So I want y'all to literally, be inspired by my journey. Okay. Now, why did I recreate this group? It should say why I recreated this group. One, because too many women are suffering in silence, y'all. If that's me, we just gonna keep it real on the chat. If that's you, just say me in the chat. Too many times women feel embarrassed to speak about their situations, and you really shouldn't, because you are not the only one going through it. You're not the only one that done got cheated on. You're not the only one a man tried to punch in the face. You're not the only one that somebody tried to steal from you, right? You're not the only one where your best friend tried to sleep with your man. Like, whatever the situation is, you're not the only one. You're not the only one with a problem child or a child with a disability. Whatever it is, you're not the only one. So a lot of the time in my group, women will DM me privately and say, "Hey, Coach Max, I didn't want to post this in a group, but I'm going through that." We need to stop that, right? Number two, here's why we need to stop that. Because healing isn't a solo journey, y'all. It's a guided one. Somebody please get this through y'all head. If you really, really desire to get to the next level, y'all need a mentor. I cannot express and explain enough. Had I had not got a mentor, I wouldn't be in this situation. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have the confidence that I have. You need guidance. Somebody please put that in the chat. If I'm talking to you, like, seriously, y'all, we have to get out our way. You can't Google this. You can't, no, you need help, right? Number three, I saw a gap in support when it comes to strategic exits from toxic situations. Now, that is the whole reason I created Pain to Purpose, because when I left my marriage, I had a strategic financial plan. The whole time the man out here cheating on me, y'all, let me give y'all the tea, right? The whole time the man think I don't know. The whole time I done had screenshots, I had emails, I had photos. I said nothing to him for 6 months. You know what I was doing for 6 months, y'all? Stacking my bag. Do y'all hear what I'm saying to y'all? A lot of y'all sleeping with the enemy for real, right? And you're sitting here confused and wondering, how do I exit this situation? And you can't, because the man paid the bills and he the breadwinner for real. So how am I supposed to do this? So many women come to me and say, how am I supposed to? You have to have a strategic exit strategy if you are in a toxic situation. Now, sometimes it's not relationships. Some of y'all are in toxic situations at work. That's a whole class. We're going to get into that in the group, right? That toxic job got to go also. Okay, we're not doing that in 2025. And then number four, the group itself was birthed out of my personal pain. So y'all need to know, and I'm being raw and transparent and vulnerable with you guys, because y'all need to know y'all have a coach who is teaching from experience, right? I have been deeply hurt in my life, right? I don't think I've dated a man who hasn't cheated on me. I don't think I have ever been in a healthy relationship for real. And I have had the worst jobs when I was working them, right? So there's things like that I'm going to, discuss with y'all privately in the group, and it's real stuff, right? But I have also been somebody that has led people to freedom, you guys, right? Y'all have watched me coach and mentor from my heart. Y'all watched me pray on my calls. Some of y'all are coming here for the first time, but when I say I'm truly a woman of God, I really, really believe that God put me on this journey to help women, and that's what I'm honing in on for the rest of 2025. So, who is this for and who is this not for? Let's just keep it real. So, this is for you If you feel stuck in toxic patterns, relationships, or environments, whatever that may be, if you feel stuck, just put stuck in the chat. And it could be anything. And we're going to have that conversation in the group, right? If you're ready to confront your truth and heal the root of the real problem, this is a big one, right? Because a lot of people don't want to confront their truth. A lot of people don't want to admit that their marriage is over. A lot of people don't want to admit that they're broke. A lot of people don't want to admit that they are in toxic situations, right? We got to get out of that and just heal and move on. This is for you if you want a step-by-step exit strategy with emotional and mindset support. I'm going to be there along the way to help people just get their mind right. Like, look, that man got to go. Cancel him, sis. Block him. Like, we moving on. We not doing that in 2025. Y'all need somebody in your ear about that, right? That encouragement. If you're genuinely craving sisterhood, safety, and a structured transformation, that's what this group is going to be about. And if you're ready to stop surviving and start thriving, who here feels like they in survival mode? We got to stop, y'all. It's 2025. Inflation is high. If you do not have a business or a side hustle that's, supplementing your income, you're doing 2025 wrong. Okay. We got to stop surviving. The survival mode has to stop, especially if you have kids. We not doing that. Okay. You have to leave a legacy for your babies. Okay. Now, who is this not for? Let me tell y'all something right now. I am one of the realest coaches you will ever meet on the internet. Who's been in my programs before? I see LaShonda, I see Tiffany, I see a bunch of y'all been in my programs before. Y'all let them know who has not met me before. I keep it real. So if you are the type of person who wants to stay in your comfort zone and you want to avoid accountability, this is not for you. You can hop off the Zoom call. This is not the call for you, okay? If you're looking for a quick fix without doing the inner work, this is not for you. This is going to take work. Some of these assignments in the group will make you cry and will make you reflect and analyze yourself very deeply. And that it needs to happen, right? If y'all not open to honest reflection, growth and support, then this is not for you. If you're not ready to take the first empowered step towards change, this is not for you. And it was hard, y'all. I walked away from jobs. I've walked away from men. I've relocated like 5 times. I done lived all over the country. I'm the type to pack boxes and leave. Like, I will leave if I need to leave. Sometimes you got to take that first step, right? And walk away from things. And we're gonna talk about that. And if you're not willing to show up for yourself in this season, y'all, I can't, man, this is heavy as I'm even talking to you guys. Like, we got to show up for ourselves in this season, y'all. Nobody is coming to save you. Who believes that? There's nobody coming. Batman ain't coming. Superman ain't coming. Ain't nobody showing up at your door. You have to step up for yourself and make a decision today that you want change. Okay. So I'm launching a Skool group, you guys. I'm excited. Skool is literally taking over the internet. And this is a snapshot of my Skool group. So in the Skool group, we're gonna have a lot of discussions, like daily, weekly discussions. I'm gonna be training you guys. We're gonna do classes where I'm gonna be doing going over these modules and things of that nature. I'm gonna speak about that, but this is what the Skool group looks like. And it's gonna be very structured and organized. There's assignments, there's journal assignments, there's classes and trainings. We're gonna meet up and we're gonna do our conferences and we're gonna expand this group to really take over the country for real. This is a movement. I hope y'all are excited because I promise you, I started to do this in 2022 and I got sidetracked with my trading company, but now I'm back on track, y'all. It's time to really run with this, right? So let me talk about the pathway, my pain to purpose pathway, and what exactly that looks like. Okay, it's 3 steps that we're gonna get to this journey. So we're going to heal, earn, and elevate. Put that in the chat, y'all. Heal, earn, and elevate. So number 1, the healing. That's gonna be your first module, right? Heal, heal. A lot of people are out here unhealed, y'all. And y'all know, because if you take one look in the dating pool right now, there's a lot of unhealed people, right? But when we as a group talk about healing, we're going to talk about releasing that weight, right? Releasing the weight that women tend to carry on their shoulders often, right? Breaking those limited beliefs, right? Learning how to rewrite your story. Excuse me, doing a trauma detox. Another thing that I added to this group was money wounds. Somebody put that in the chat. There is a whole section on that in the modules. Let me explain what money wounds are so y'all can understand. You have to literally believe that you can be a six-figure earner, you can be a seven-figure earner, eight-figure earner, whatever it is that you want to be. There has to be a high level of belief. But here's the problem, right? We were raised in a society where people told us money don't grow on trees and you need to have cash only, and some of those things. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We were taught certain things about money, so we have money wounds. And what happens is, as we became adults, we began to marry those beliefs. And guess what? Those beliefs now keep you limited to your income that you currently have. When I launched my first business, I'm gonna give y'all an example. I sat in the living room with my parents, right? And I told my parents that I wanted to make $10,000 a month, and everybody in that living room that day laughed at me. About 6 months later, y'all, I came back and I presented to my family that I made $22,000 in 1 month, and the living room was silent. Because guess what happened? They had never seen it before. So why would I allow y'all to make me believe that it's not possible because you don't believe it's possible? Come on, somebody put amen in the chat. I feel like I'm preaching already. That literally, you know what I'm saying, changed my life when I realized that I'm not marrying nobody else's belief. I believe this is what is going to happen. I prayed for 10 grand a month. God blessed me with double because I had a different mindset. So we're going to talk about that. And the quote for this section is, you can't build wealth with a survival mindset, y'all. We got to get out of survival mode. We can't be like, oh, I can't make this investment because I have to pay rent. I can't do this because of that. That's survival mode. We getting out of that. Your second module is going to talk about building. Okay. I'm going to teach you high income skills, right? You're going to learn how to launch a business in module 2. Okay. You're going to learn how to monetize your story. This is what I've done. Pain to Purpose is literally Coach Max was going through some rough times. I didn't know what to do. I got out of it. Now I want to teach people how to do the same, right? So we're going to activate your skill set. We're going to learn how to do a soft sales strategy that I've taught before. I'm going to teach you frameworks to get online and feel comfortable, whether you want to do it with your face or do it faceless, right? You are valuable, queen. Now it's time for you to get paid. Somebody put that in the chat. It's time for me to get paid. I don't care what you do. Each and every last person on this webinar right now, or if you're going to watch this replay, you are worth something. You have value, and people should be paying you for that skill, that thing, that hobby, whatever it is. It's time for you to get paid. And we're going to figure out what that is. Okay. And then when we figure out how to get you paid in module 2 and module 3, we're going to talk about multiplying your money. Let me explain something to y'all. Some of y'all know me, some of y'all don't know me on here. My biggest investment in life, y'all, has been hanging around millionaires. And that may sound cliche, but do y'all know how millionaires stay rich? They have money working for them 24/7. They make solid investments. Okay. So I'm going to teach you how to invest smart, right? Start thinking about legacy. Are you thinking about that trust, that will? Are you setting up your kids with businesses? Are your children employees of those businesses, right? My kids literally will not have to work if they decide that they don't want to when they turn 18. Like, they're set up, they straight. Are you setting your children up, right? Do you have foundations where you're investing? Do you have automation to your money? Come on, somebody, not just a savings account. That's not enough, right? Do you have a long-term vision for that income? Are you thinking about passive income, things of this nature? If we don't have the conversation, or if you don't have the conversation with somebody doing it, how are you going to learn? Y'all feel what I'm saying? So the quote for this section is, you didn't heal for vibes, you healed for overflow. It's time to get in the overflow season. And let me tell y'all something that one of my mentors, who was worth over $300 million, one of the things he said to me was, you know, you have to build what you're building once and it will pay you for the rest of your life. Powerful statement, y'all. So this isn't just y'all healing, this is y'all time for y'all to rebirth. I'm excited about this. So nobody want to talk about the real problem, and that's really why I started this group. Like I said, nobody want to talk about toxic relationships. I don't know if y'all follow me on Facebook, but I made a post about how our fathers, brothers, boyfriends, and husbands failed us, and it's a lot of men in the comments that's butthurt because nobody want to talk about being toxic, right? Nobody want to take accountability for the problem. Nobody wants to talk about emotional cycles, things that we may have inherited from our parents. And, we're going to get into that in the group. Or self sabotage, what happens when you do find the right guy or the right person or the right job and you sabotage and talk yourself out of great opportunities, you know what I'm saying? Because you've been hurt and you're still living with trauma and toxicity. We have to get over these things. So these things have genuinely been holding women back for too long, and it's time to reclaim our power and control. We stay here with high functioning pain. Come on, somebody, put it in the chat. We high functioning crash outs. That's just what it is. And we wearing the strong woman mask, we crying. I remember when I remember y'all when I was launching Epic, one of the companies I started a couple years ago. I was going through my divorce and I would be in tears before Zoom calls and nobody knew. I was literally suffering in silence. Nobody had any idea that this was going on. And we cannot continue to wear that strong mask, because sometimes we wear that mask for years and decades, and it takes a toll on you, your kids, your environment, the people around you. It affecting everybody. And we have to get over that when we're hurting on the inside, right? Nobody wants to talk about the lack of emotional strategy or having a safe space and the tools to actually rebuild your life if that's what you want to do. This is the real problem. So my mission, sorry y'all. My mission is to get to the root, get to the problem. Is it childhood wounds? Is it patterns? Is it emotional traps? Is it money wounds? Whatever it is, we're going to work through it. We're going to get the mindset straight. We're going to get the strategy straight. And y'all going to support each other. And y'all, we're going to grow. We're going to take it over, right? I want to equip you with real life exit strategies emotionally, mentally, and financially. Okay. Now, inside our group, we're going to have training, monthly workshops and challenges. I'm going to be training you guys. I think our first class is Monday. I'm going to give you tools, affirmations. We're going to do Q&A sessions where y'all can get on, hey, Coach Max, I got this business idea. What you think? Or, hey, Coach Max, this is the situation, blah, blah, blah. Like, you could pitch me your business, all that. We're going to be doing some cool stuff in the group. And then I'm going to give y'all some step-by-step support if you really need to rebuild. And I'm really talking to women, you don't have to comment on here publicly or whatever, but those of y'all that really know it's time to move out, right? It's time to get that secret bank account. It's time to leave that job, and you just don't know how to take steps because you don't have the income, right? So we're going to talk about those rebuilding strategies. I started a private school platform where we're going to connect, learn, grow. We have weekly empowerment threads, check-ins. We have discussion threads about real stuff. We're going to support each other in the group. You're going to have access to bonus mindset modules. I have coaching threads where you can ask me anything, like I said. I also have the links for you guys to become affiliates of the group. So it's going to be very exciting for those of y'all that decide to join today. And there's an affiliate program here where there's a passive income opportunity where you can help other women. Like, I'm pretty sure, who know 3 women right now who need some help getting some money? Who know 3 women right now that need to heal, that has traumatic issues, okay, and they always negative and they never have nothing nice to say? It's really just because they just need to work on their personal development. That's really what it is. And they need to be around other positive women. So you can share this group with them, right? And then we have other bonuses and things like that I'm going to speak about when y'all join. So here's a quote that I came up with. Your past may have shaped you, but it will not define you. Today is the day you choose purpose over pain. Y'all, I have been heartbroken. I have been through postpartum depression twice. I have been through my parents hurting me, my siblings hurting me. I have been through business partners hurting me, like so many things. But I continue to be the authentic coach that I am. I do not let these things define me. You cannot let what people do define you, right? Just because that person wants to be a cheater doesn't mean you have to be. Just because that person wants to be nasty doesn't mean you have to be. You know, this picture, I chose this picture. My best friend is in here, y'all. Say hi to Tiffany. But I chose this picture because Tiffany knows my personal situation and she knows exactly what I went through right before I took this photo, like just months before. And I went through a lot during this time frame in my life, right? And I chose my purpose over my pain. I chose to stand up and smile, right? And you would, if I told you what happened to me a month before this photo, y'all would be like, you lying, right? And she sure did style me for this photo, but I went through some very, very traumatic stuff during 2023, and it was nothing but the grace of God that had this smile on my face. So that's why I chose this photo. Okay. Now, I'm introducing to y'all again. Some of y'all been a part of P2P for 3 years. Some of y'all just got here. Some of y'all joined a year ago. But this is the group. These are some of the sheets in the group, and this is the rebranding of the group. This isn't just a group to me, though. It's a movement. We're building a tribe of healed, whole, powerful women. Okay, this is for the woman who's ready to reclaim her identity, rewrite her story, stop settling, and become the woman she was always meant to be. So if y'all are ready, put some fire emojis in the chat because I am so fired up. Y'all, I work so hard on this group. Every lesson, oh my gosh, everything that's in it, every module, like I wanted y'all to really, really get like my best work, and this is really what it is in here. Okay, so introducing the group is going to be only $29 a month, you guys. That's it. I know y'all were expecting me to say $997. No, it's only $29 a month, or you could join for $249 a year. And right now, I'm gonna give you guys 20%. And let me explain this affiliate program. So the group monthly is covering the coaching, is covering the business strategies, it's covering a lot of stuff, right? But I'm gonna have upsells in the group. So when people upsell and they join your link, you're also gonna get percentages off of every single class that I upsell in the group. So it's not just gonna be that monthly fee that you make that passive income on. It's gonna be every single thing. So if they join a trading master class, if they join one of my unstuck master classes, or if they buy I have a book that I wrote, if they buy the book, whatever it is in there that they upsell. So you're gonna be able to get them in for $29 a month, but you might make $1,000. I'm just letting y'all know. Because there's a lot of things that's upsold in the group because I have so much content over the last 3 years. Okay, so I'm just letting y'all know this is a serious bag for anybody that really serious about the affiliate program. I am letting the first 100 people get in for $29 a month, and then everybody else thereafter is going to be $49 a month. So there is a first movers advantage here. Okay. So I am excited about this. I'm going to drop the link for the group. And I really genuinely hope that y'all see my vision. Okay. And that y'all are excited to join me in Pain and Purpose. So while you guys are joining my Skool group, okay, I want to show those of you that don't know me some of the things that I've done over my career. I have been on TV, you guys, multiple times where I have coached on Xfinity Network about the financial literacy, right? It was the financial literacy that allowed me, and I'll drop this link as well if y'all want to review my credentials. It was the financial literacy itself that helped me get out of my marriage. When I was in court, you guys, during my divorce, my ex-husband, he was trying to tell the judge, like, oh, she make all this money and she this and she that. Do y'all know that if I did not have an LLC, that I would have to have paid over $6,000 in alimony to my ex-husband? Y'all hear what I'm saying to y'all? Like, these are strategies and techniques. Like, you should not be operating in your name for real. You should be operating under your business name. I own nothing. My business owns everything. Hello, somebody in the chat. That saved me a couple of years ago. And no, these are techniques and strategies that let me tell y'all something. These men, they don't want to teach y'all this stuff because they know if women really know financial techniques, listen, we will be a force to be reckoned with out here. Y'all hear me? Okay. I've been featured on the Inspire You network. This is actually a network that's on the Roku. If y'all have that, so many magazines and podcasts. This is 50 Influensive, a really huge magazine in LA. Disrupt, if y'all read articles and stuff like that. I have so much interviews that I've done, y'all, content days I've done. Y'all know, some of y'all been around. This is when I had got awarded for making $50,000 a month in my previous company. Like, I'll share this with you guys. I was on Fired Up Fridays, the Superhuman Movement podcast. Like, it has been so much. I've been on an Apple podcast, y'all. I have so many um awards and certifications, and I'm actually getting more certifications right now in AI so I can come and teach y'all some of the things that I'm doing in my business. It's just going to be an exciting time, and I have my credentials for my business and all type of stuff on this page. Because you see me, a lot of people can't lay out their career like this. Like, there's a lot of people on the internet that cannot lay out what they've done, but they want y'all to pay them for something. And I'm telling y'all, like, I literally done this. Okay. And I want to teach you guys how to do this for real. So those of y'all that are joining the group, I'm excited to see you guys. There's a welcome post right here. Just come and comment so I know that you guys done got in the group. Okay. We gonna get back over here to the slides. If you're in the group, just comment that you're in and you made it in the group. I'm excited to see y'all in the group. All right. Does anybody have any questions for me? Please put it in the chat. Exciting to see y'all in the group. Y'all, we going to have such a good time. Oh, let me show y'all something from my website. So back in 2022, we did a women's conference, you guys, and I want to show y'all. Can I show y'all some highlights from the women's conference? Because I want y'all to see the type of energy I came with. So we were in Florida, right? And I rented out the Hyatt Regency Hotel. I rented out a whole floor. It was so powerful. I had all the women like introduce themselves. I had this amazing quote about being a strong woman. Shout out to my best friend. She did style me for this event. This is a school group. Oh yeah, this is different, Sherry. This is a whole different group. Here's the link. Okay. So we were at the Hyatt Regency, y'all, and I taught for hours the whole weekend, y'all. We had a icebreaker little exercise we did. We prayed, we laughed. I made books for everybody. One of the funnest things that we did was we had these savings boxes, and I was like, ladies, what are y'all saving for? Right? What are we going to start actually putting money to the side for that's important? Then I had some of my prophetess come out and pray. We were in praise and worship the entire weekend, y'all. Then we had the craziest, when I say the craziest pajama party I have ever been to. It was so fun and funny, and it was just amazing to connect with all of the ladies there. This was all of us, y'all. Look how fun. Wouldn't y'all want to come do this again? Like, when I say we had a good time, then I fed everybody and I did it 5-star, okay? Because Coach Max don't do nothing small, okay? So I did it 5-star, and I made sure that my ladies were looking good. And y'all, we had exercises together every morning. We got up at 6 a.m. and we walked a mile and we prayed and we got in a circle, y'all, and we did affirmations. Somebody put powerful in the chat and we spoke life over each other. Then on the last night, we got dressed in our best dress and I took my girls out a night on the town and we had a good time. Then the next morning, we got dressed in our Sunday's best and we had a whole tea party. Let me show y'all how I do my thing. Like, this is what we do. When I say we get together and we prayed and they spoke life over me and we prayed. And it was just the most beautiful weekend I ever had. They had me laid out, y'all. I was crying. They had me laid out. Like, it was just such a good event. So I wanted to show y'all a little bit of the recap and the highlights of that weekend because we're going to do the same thing again, right? And for those of you that have never ever made money online before, y'all hear that cash register? Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Ching, ching, ching. I always speak that money is attracted to me, and those that's for me is for me. If you're not for me, you're not for me. I'm fine with people not joining. I'm fine with people not being a part, but I am starting this affiliate program from day one because y'all know everything that I do, I'm a break bread with my girls, right? So some of y'all gonna be in this school group and y'all gonna make $500 a month. Y'all gonna make $1,000 a month because I'm dropping fresh content, fresh classes, upsells, all of that in the group. It's going to be amazing. And even when we do the ticket sales and all that, it's gonna be in the group. So y'all are gonna make a lot of money when y'all refer people to this group. Okay. With that being said, ladies, thank y'all for joining. I have to count how many people have joined, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop this replay in the free group, okay, and let everybody know that they missed out on an amazing webinar, right? And I'm gonna drop the link. So let me help y'all out. I'm gonna drop the link and paint a purpose for the replay. And what y'all do is y'all bring in people into this free group, right? And then you're gonna tag them in the post and let them watch this replay, and then they come join your link. How that sound? So from day one, when I even drop the replay, I'm gonna give you guys the opportunity to have people join this free Facebook group, watch this replay that we just went over, and join your link and get paid, and you get paid. My public link will not be on the internet. Okay, so I'm letting y'all know from day one, this is not gonna be built off of me, it's gonna be built off of y'all so that y'all can make some money. All right. I love you guys. I hope that excites y'all because a lot of coaches out here are very selfish when they do affiliate programs and stuff like that. And I'm not being selfish. I'm literally letting you guys win. And I'm excited to train y'all on the inside. And we start coaching on Monday. All right. With that being said, I'm not going to keep y'all no longer. It's Coach Max. I will see y'all in the group. We'll chit chat. And I'm excited to see y'all on the other side. Let's win, ladies. Paint a purpose.